Yeah, let's increase the speed even more, shall we? Let's hit the top speed. So, I am going to take you on this trip on the IJsselmeer, it is called in Dutch. It's the IJssel Lake. This is actually where the boat was designed for, and I'm going to show you in a few runs what the boat can do and how it acts on the different speeds, RPM, full throttle, what the top speed is and whatnot, maneuverability, all that stuff. So as we are going now, it's like we hit the forward and we're just touching a few RPMs to make the engine quiet and low RPM. And as we're taping right now, we are already at 4 knots. So this is basically the speed where you exit the harbor. You'll have absolutely no waves and we're already at this pace. Now where I live, this is very important because everybody's complaining about making waves. There's a lot of limitations on top speed. Obviously on this lake there's no limitations, but just so you know that this boat will float almost automatically. And as for fuel usage, we are at, I don't know, 2 liters an hour tops. So even though it's a massive outboard, 2.8 liters, we're still very low on fuel consumption. So it makes a lot of sense where we live that we can, and it's also really quiet. I can't hear the engine. So let's go to a higher speed, to not planing, but a little bit faster. Now we went from 1100 RPM, and let's just to 1600 RPM, and now we're 1600 RPM, and we're having a speed of 7 to 8, like 7 knots or something. Now we have a little bit bigger waves, but this is basically the top speed that I can do in waters where people still accept this pace. The best thing about this amount of pace is that it's still within the rules of how fast you can go. And again, we're only at 1600 RPM, so fuel use is still very low. And we pretty much have a really decent speed for in waters like this. Now this is the view that you get when you're sitting down. And I mean, if you really want to take a break from speeding, I mean, this is just, I don't know, this is the definition of relaxation. At least it is for me. So let's just plane really gently and put some power trim. Now this is pretty much the lowest planing speed, like we're actually planing now. I put some power trim and we're at like 3000 RPM at this moment. And that gives us a speed of 15 knots. So again, I don't feel any waves, we're just moving gently, whatever. Again, it's only 8 wind speed, but actually nothing is happening. This amount of speed that we're carrying right now, we can definitely cross a lot of distance, and the fuel consumption is still like, what would it be, like 10, 12 liters an hour? So you can, with 15 knots, or like 18 miles an hour, what we're doing right now, it's really low planing speed, and especially when waves get bigger, this is a very desirable speed to keep it also safe when you're in very rough waters. Hey lady.
Hello.
So, at this pace, we're on the Wadden Sea at the moment, and what we are getting here is like 20 knots on average, 25, and you can see the wind on the flags, right, on the back of the boat. And let's just go up here. And as I'm recording this is in the in springtime, and the sea is pretty cold. So I'm already getting like the chicken skin, and quite windy now, yeah, as we're going like 35 kilometers, 20 knots that is, I believe. So questions on the comments were like, how that windscreen is actually effective. Well, you can see on the hair of my beloved girlfriend, lady wife, her hair isn't moving at all, you see? So the window is actually working really well. Now let's increase the pace a little bit more. We use some power trim. You can see the power trim. I'm trimming it a little bit. Now we are pretty much at like 60% speed at the moment, and we are looking at almost 30 knots, 30 miles an hour, 27 knots. You can see we have some more, it's more alive now, obviously, because we're traveling higher speed. But yeah, this is like a really, it's still really comfortable. And yeah, let's increase the speed even more, shall we? Let's hit the top speed. Now you saw that we're pretty much jumping a little bit. That is actually reduced by a higher speed. So the top speed with 175 horsepower is like 35 knots, which is pretty good, I think. And yeah, we can definitely cross the isometer within like 15 minutes. And the fuel usage is around 60 liters an hour at the moment. But yeah, just also know you're gonna travel 35 knots spending this amount of fuel. Now I still feel very safe in these waters. There's more waves coming, but it's actually pretty good. Okay, let's accelerate like full throttle. So we're standing still. We corner, and we have a lot of traction from the nose of the boat. You can definitely make a lot of corners really quickly. You can really feel the force. You need to be careful steering. You can see how we're actually cornering the boat really nicely. Again. It is full throttle. Adding some power trim, 35 knots. And definitely covering a lot of distance like this. All right. Let's make a circle. Look how we're making circles. Other way around. I think this is pretty decent traction, and we don't even have any like traction blades underneath the ship. I mean, we got a lot of traction from the nose, from the bow, from the stern, whatever you guys call it, but yeah, and now hit full throttle again. takes a lot of fuel, so just...
Yeah, now.
But gas?